So, the other day I was sitting under this massive tree enjoying the shade, and then I started wondering, how do trees actually make food? I mean, they're huge, right? But they don't really go to the grocery store or cook meals like we do. So what is their secret? It turns out the answer is photosynthesis. And no, that is not a spell you learn at Hogwarts. So, photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their own food. It happens mainly in the leaves, which are like little solar panels. So they use sunlight to convert carbon dioxide, which is the stuff that we breathe, and water into something called glucose, which is a type of sugar that plants use for energy. And plants also release oxygen in the process, and that's the oxygen that we breathe. So here's how it works in more detail. So it starts in the sun. Plants capture sunlight using a pigment called chlorophyll. That's what gives leaves their green color. So chlorophyll absorbs the sunlight and then it uses it to start a chemical reaction. But sunlight alone won't just do the job. Plants need two other ingredients, water and carbon dioxide. Water is absorbed by the roots of the plant from the soil. It travels up the stem through tiny tubes called xylem, and once it reaches the leaves, the water breaks apart into oxygen and hydrogen in a process called photolysis. And the oxygen gets released into the air, which is why plants are so important for keeping the air fresh. And then there's carbon dioxide. Plants take in CO2, carbon dioxide, from the air through tiny openings on their leaves called stomata. Think of these like little doors that open and close to let the gases in and out. Now this is where it gets really interesting. The sunlight powers a reaction that combines the hydrogen from the water and the carbon from the carbon dioxide to make glucose. And again, glucose is a sugar that plants use for energy. So it's kind of like an energy bar for them. And it helps them grow bigger, stronger, and it helps them produce more leaves, flowers, and fruit. So in simple terms, plants take sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, and then they turn them into food. But they don't just use this food right away, they store some of it as starch to eat later when they need extra energy. So this is how plants survive even when the sun isn't shining or when there's not enough water. And so photosynthesis is extremely important, as it doesn't just help itself grow, it also gives us the oxygen we need to breathe to survive. So that's all for photosynthesis. So thanks for hanging out with me in Nab's lab, and remember, curiosity didn't just kill the cat, it built the lab.